guys, what's up? Welcome back to Books, Beauty, and Stuff. I'm doing a review on Don't Cry For Me by Daniel Black. Um, I haven't been meaning to get that book for a long time, and so I decided to get it, and I finished it one day last week, and I just gotta say it was powerful. One thing I will say, I do like some historical fiction, depending on what time setting it is, and like, or if the storyline is interesting. I enjoy it. So this is definitely more like a historical, realistic fiction book. Yes, I was a library nerd, even in elementary school. Anyway, this book talks about definitely father and son relationships. It definitely goes back to the time, definitely pre-civil rights movement. It goes between before World War II and after World War II. Um, Goes back to just a lot that goes on and definitely deals with a lot of LGBT issues as well too. So let's get started. Anyway, the book opens up with Jacob having a cancer diagnosis. He was sick and he knew what time it was with him. He decided to basically write a letter to his son Isaac, who he has been estranged from for years, due to the fact that Isaac is gay and his father couldn't accept it. And he wrote a letter to Isaac, basically explaining why he was the way he was, things like that, and doing a bit of apology. That was my phone, y'all. Excuse me. Meanwhile, we learn a lot about the Swinton family history. That's Jacob's name, and that's the father Jacob and the son Isaac, and the mother Rachel. If y'all grew up in the church like I did and know about the Bible, but you know these names. His father's name was Abraham, and I forgot his mama name, his grandmother name, but his mother name was Sir, and his older brother name was Esau. But anyway, um, Isaac and his brother basically was raised by their grandparents due to the fact that their mother was offed by their father, and the grandfather was strict. And in those days, due to history dealing with slavery and the black family having to survive, definitely live, especially living in a racist circuit of the South, when it came to discipline, not just discipline, it was a lot that was instilled in us. Particularly with black men, it was not much emotion shared or affection shared, like the I love yous, the hugs and stuff. Even now in 2023, we're still trying to get over that hump. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we're definitely still have a lot way to go, but that's definitely what it was. Abraham, the grandfather child, Abraham was a mess, but I could understand the way he was possibly raised as well too, because this is not in the 1940s and maybe the early 1950s, maybe the 50s. You got to understand this is literally like 100 years and 10 years ago from slavery. This is like literally slavery was probably a generation before them or after them, because at that time they're still picking cotton and things like that and sharecropping, and well, not them, but you have neighbors that were still sharecropping and things like that. So with that being said, trying to survive dealing with racism, there was not a lot of affection and the I love yous and things like that. And that's how Jacob was raised. And also such as bullying as LGBT teens. I'm not going to go too much into that, but at that time, unfortunately, it was quote unquote acceptable to pick on somebody who they thought was different or a little effeminate or a little bit of sissy. Next, so we go to 1963 when Isaac was born. Um, as he grows up, you see a lot of changes in him, not even changes like him participating, want to do piano, acting, and things like that that are quote unquote unmasculine, stereotypical. And this is like the I'm trying to think late 60s to the mid 70s, and you got to understand where Jacob is coming thinking about. So with that being said, it wasn't really quote unquote appropriate for, and I feel as though whatever, but it wasn't really appropriate for, suppose in his mind, you know, you got to understand in his mind, with Asa participating in that as well too. So he comes from Arkansas to go to St. Louis. Well, there's still racism there, but it's kind of like it was still a lot of segregation there and racism. Anybody from St. Louis, correct me if I'm wrong. Was there in the 60s and 70s? I know there was racism, but was there a lot of Jim Crow laws there? Because from what I understand, some people say Missouri is part of the South, but then some people say Missouri is part of the Midwest. Correct me if in the comments below. Just correct me if I'm wrong, and I will stand corrected. So when Isaac comes out, his father is not happy about it. So with that being said, the only person he kept in contact with was his mother. I think his mother eventually supported him. Like, basically, it's easy for mothers to accept their kids coming out their fathers. Overall, I give this book an A plus, 100 across the board. As Prexel would say, yes, work. I enjoyed this book because it definitely talks more on Black and LGBT issues, especially in the Black community with fathers and sons, and breaking expectations and things like that. Talks about forgiveness, you know, still relationships and things like that. Anyway, if you haven't got this book, definitely get this book. Definitely check it out, and I'll put it in the link bar below. So anyway, I will talk to you guys soon. Thank you for watching Books, Beauty, and Stuff, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Happy Pride. Bye.